again. This is Scott from Salem Audiology Clinic, and we're here today to do product review with one of our product testers, Jim Reed. He has actually been trying out the Phonak Marvel Virto in-the-ear hearing aids. He's our in-the-ear product tester as compared to Michael Black, who's our behind-the-ear product tester. And so Jim, you were wearing the Widex Moment hearing aids before. Okay, and so we switched you over to the Phonak to try those out. So there are reasons for that, which we'll get to later. Let's just focus on the Phonak product for now. So when it comes to overall volume and sound quality, how have these been working for you?
They have been working beautiful. Can't be probably the best I've had so far.
Oh, that's a good sign. And Jim's actually been trying out products with us since about October of 2019, I think. I mean, he's been a long-time patient of ours, but in this formal review mode, that's about how long we've been doing it. And so he's probably tried out about 6 to 8 different sets of hearing aids. So if you're interested, you can watch these reviews online on our YouTube channel here. So now one thing that's very important with in-the-ear hearing aids is the physical fit, and there's a lot of good reasons for that. They have to be comfortable so that they don't hurt your ears and you feel like you can wear them all day without any problem. You also can't have what we call acoustic feedback, where sound is leaking out of the hearing aids and causing a whistling sound. How's it been going in those regards?
These are very comfortable. I've had virtually no feedbacks.
Okay, that's a good sign because if I may disclose this, and you've already told me I could, is you have a very severe hearing loss. So that being the case, that was one worry that I had with trying to do in the ear with you, is simply because do we have enough room in the hearing aid to accommodate your degree of loss? And we've actually been doing quite well, pretty much with all the products and stuff. So when it comes to physical manipulation of the hearing aids though too, so with in-the-ear hearing aids, they do have manual controls on the face of the hearing aid so you can adjust the settings and stuff. How well has that gone for you? Has it been fairly easy for you to use those, or any difficulty with them?
Most of the adjustments I do with the app.
Okay.
Now, I have the volume up and the volume down. I've done with the touch of the ear,
mm-hmm.
and answering the telephone, touching my right ear.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, I don't touch my ear. I use my app more than anything.
Okay, well, since you brought that up, let's just go ahead and talk about that right now. So, like with the Widex hearing aids, you found that those were great sound quality, great performance overall and everything. But the one issue was that you had some issues with connectivity between your cell phone and the app that didn't seem to really stay connected very well. And so how has it gone with the Phonak hearing aids and their app?
The Phonak hearing aid apps have always worked beautiful.
Okay. And then it has a lot of special features in there too. So you can change the programs and change the volume. Those are things that people will mostly do. But and I'm not sure if you had the need to do this yet, but it also has the ability through what I call the sound menu to actually go in and adjust some pretty specific things that gives you access to adjust things that honestly you wouldn't normally get with a volume control on a hearing aid, such as the bass, mid-range, and treble, and the noise reduction and stuff. Have you had any need to do any of that?
I have not yet had to do any of that.
Okay. And while it's there and available, then that you can do it, it's kind of a nice indication that you don't have to, because that means the hearing aid is doing its job of automatically adjusting things for you, so you don't have to worry about it, but it's there in case you need it.
I have played with it a little bit, but I always go back to the original setting.
Okay, and then the connectivity, meaning it staying connected with the cell phone, that hasn't been an issue like it was with the Widex aids.
No, it hasn't.
Okay, that's a good sign then. So, and then something that, again, since we're in the season of COVID, and you and I will normally wear masks, but for the film we've taken them off. But since we're in COVID and everything, we aren't getting out as much as we used to noisier situations and stuff like that. One thing that Phonak has always excelled in is its ability to help improve hearing and background noise. Have you had really a chance to test these out for that type of situation yet?
Working with Billy and the chainsaws,
mm-hmm.
I've had quite a lot of time doing that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so he refers to his friend Billy. They go out and clear land and stuff using chainsaws and everything, and so even with all that going on, you've been able to hear pretty well, again, despite having a severe hearing loss.
It's nice to be able just to touch it and hold it for about 2 seconds and mute the hearing aids, because the chainsaws get awful loud.
Right. So, and we actually just had a severe ice storm here over the last week or so, and I actually got my chainsaw out and was clearing some trees that had fallen, and so have you been doing a little bit more work with that over the past week?
Almost every day.
Almost every day, yeah. So we had 14 different trees come down on our property, and so luckily none hit our house or anything, so we're good there. Anyway, that's just kind of an aside. But now another feature that these have available to them is what's called a TV connector. And let me get one out to show you. So it's a very small device that can actually be hooked up to the TV. Now, there's a cord that plugs in right here and then a power cord, but it's small enough you can actually basically Velcro this to the back of the TV. In fact, the manufacturer includes some Velcro. And what this does is it transmits sound from the TV directly into the hearing aids without you having to wear any special accessories or anything like that. And so you've used devices like this before, like the previous set of Phonak hearing aids, they had what's called a TV link, and that was a bit bigger. It's actually about the same size as this box, maybe a little bit smaller, but this is definitely much smaller. So tell me on using the TV connector, how has been the sound quality for that? Is it sounding pretty good?
The sound quality for this one here is excellent.
Okay, good.
It does not have the range the other one has.
Mm-hmm.
This one is basically line of sight.
Yeah.
Approximately 35 feet.
Okay, actually 35 feet is not too bad. Yeah, usually Bluetooth after about 20 to 30 feet doesn't work quite so well. But your previous TV link with your old Phonak hearing aids, you actually told me this range was pretty huge. You could actually almost get out to your driveway,
right,
and still hear it.
Quite a bit further, and I could go in any room in the house with the old one. With this new one here, it's strictly line of sight. It doesn't go through the walls.
Okay. All right, so one little negative there. It's not as good as the previous one, but otherwise, as long as you're right there watching the TV, it's pretty good.
Very good.
Okay. So one other thing about the TV connector that we did talk about, because normally with these, I go back when you first come in, I check and see if there's any problems and do some fine tuning before we come back and interview you. But one of the things that we did find with this also is that the volume was actually a bit too loud when you were first using it and stuff. So you actually had to manually turn things down when you went to the TV connector setting. So we went ahead and made that adjustment. One thing to point out though is on the TV connector itself, there is a plus and minus volume. This is good information for people who have one of these devices. You can actually adjust the volume yourself right here, and then this actually remembers your preference. However, if you adjust this down and it's still too loud, then you'd want to see your audiologist and have them change the setting just for the TV connector to be more in line with your preference. So let's talk about something else that's kind of important these days, and that's the battery life. Okay, so now with these, the battery life is normally about 7 to 10 days. It all depends on how much hearing loss you have, and also depends on how much TV streaming you're doing. How has the battery life been for you?
On these here, they lasted 6 days, and I used the TV link, maybe 15, 20 minutes.
Okay. So you weren't really using this too much, but you got about 6 days.
Right.
Okay, so that's honestly about what I would expect. 'Cause like I said, 7 to 10 days, but you also have a severe hearing loss. And then again, if you do use any Bluetooth, whether it's a TV connector or cell phone, that'll sap a little bit of the battery life as well. So 6 days is probably about in line with what I would expect for you. So, okay, so to kind of wrap things up, on a scale of 1 to 10 for how good these are, what do you think?
I'd give these a 12. They're the best hearing aids I have had so far.
That's a good sign, since you've actually tried, like I said earlier, about 6 to 8 different hearing aids over the past about 18 months, and to the point where this is the first one you ever thought you would actually consider purchasing. So now we may actually still have you, in all likelihood, we'll still have you try out new products as they come out. I don't know of any like forthcoming, so it may be a while before we try any with you again, but we'll wait and see. It just depends on what the manufacturers have available and when that happens. So we'll see. So this might be a while before we see Jim come back, but it just depends on if we have a product for him to be able to test. So, Jim, do you have anything more to add?
Not really. That pretty much covers it.
Okay. Well, thanks again, and we'll see you down the road.